Yeah, absolutely.
This meeting is being recorded.
Oh, so formal. I like it.
I know, right?
All right. We're good to go, though.
Awesome. Well, Ben, I appreciate you having me here, dude. I mean, it was a pleasure chatting with you, catching up with you at convention. You know, you threw up some impressive numbers from what you were telling me. I was like, dang, dude, this guy's got it going on, man. He's a good guy. And a couple of the guys on your team I recognize constantly messaging me up there on Instagram. What's up, Trent?
Trent sliding in the DMs all the time.
Dude, I love it.
We're all trying to catch up to you, though. That's for sure.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I love giving back. So, reciprocity is a big thing. But I guess we could just kind of dive into it. Where do you want to head? Where do you want to go from here?
Yeah, no, we're going to start off super deep because I'm actually curious about this one. So often we talk about the why, right?
Okay.
Why do you do what you do? And I think a lot of people struggle to find that initially, but you're never going to reach the level of success that you have if you don't have that why nailed down. I just see somebody with so much energy and drive and passion around what he does. And I'm curious, like, what is your why?
Yeah. So in regards towards my energy, man, I really feel is just breaking through, and I feel like giving hope for people that don't have it. And I feel a lot of people, they think they need motivation. They need to be inspired. Like, people just need passion and energy. And, I've always felt this, like when you're really, really excited about something, you're going to show it externally, right? It's hard to contain when you're feeling really good about something. If you feel like crap, you're going to know on the external appearance, right? Like, if you see me at a convention, you'll notice, like, I'm like standing here pacing like this because there's just so much energy flowing through me because there's so much capacity of everybody there. Now, in regards towards my why, I mean, it kind of stems from like childhood. I didn't grow up with a lot of money. So I started my own business at like 4. I was knocking on doors, sweeping off porches, taking out trash to buy my first pair of rollerblades. Eventually, I had my own business at 11, got into corporate world like at 18. And then I was a master mechanic, BMW and Tesla technician for 13, 14 years, got promoted, got laid off. So lit a fire under my butt where I was like, never again is anybody going to control my time, my energy, my effort. And growing up, I was always told, like, you're not going to get there. You're never going to be this. You're not going to do this. And I feel like a lot of it for me, it's a chip on my shoulder. But at the same point, too, it's to make my grandma proud. And she's gone from now. But it was like one of the last things she said is take care of your mom, make sure you love her, give her the life she never had. And that's what I'm working for every single day. But at the same point, too, allowing myself to have inspiration for other people that are lacking the belief, the encouragement for themselves, knowing, because, like, dude, I grew up, full transparency, I was in special ed classes till my junior year of high school. Like, people told me I was not going to be able to go to college. People told me, like, you're probably going to be working at McDonald's your entire life. That's how stupid you are. And I was like, no, I ain't going to be that guy. Like, I make more money than you do, and I have my own business, and I'm 14. And you're a teacher, and you're telling me I'm not going to make more money than you. And I'm like, I already do. Like, I have 2 businesses. I'm 14 years old. Like, lady, you're crazy. And then one day I was so pissed off. I was like, why am I in this class? And I went from like not caring about school to getting like a 3.85 or something. I graduated in like the top like 12% of my class. But that was a flip around, right? So it's always been just kind of like the underdog story and people doubting me. And then it was like, look, I'm going to be able to get there. And just every single day, like, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll know, like, I do lives and I just pour love onto you. Like, I just encouragement, like drop a message in the chat and I'm going to give you insight or perspective. Cause for me, what I've always found in life, most of the time, if we're struggling something, it's just perspective. Like, for instance, like in this business, we might have a chargeback, right? Oh my God, chargeback. This is terrible. Yeah, it is. It is. But you could always call the family back, get it back on the books. You could decrease it down and you still have a chargeback, may not be as much, or it was an advance, right? It was a loan the insurance company gave you. You still got paid. Did it really suck when the money hit your bank account and you went and go and like spoiled yourself on some stuff? That wasn't bad, right? And then we turn around and we do that. But then it's how can I flip the perspective of looking at a negative into a positive? And that's where everything I feel in life, guys, can you guys all do me a favor? Cause like there's 6 of us here that have our cameras on. So thank you. Everybody else, please do me a favor. Turn your camera on. Like I love interaction and seeing people and like nods, thumbs up, see who's taking notes, like smiling, like, okay, like, am I actually communicating with you? Perfect. Now, the other thing too, guys, it's super important to have perspective and positive outlook in anything that you do in life, right? I mean, if you're not where you want to be, it's a different season in your life. And I feel like if you're a newer agent, you look at a guy like myself and go like, I could never be him. It's like, dude, 2 years ago, I was sitting in the back of the stadium at a convention contemplating on quitting FFL, knowing, could I actually be the next top producer? Could I actually go and help 400 families? And I made a decision come at a convention saying, this next convention, I'm not going to be sitting in the back of the room. I'm not going to be this guy like sitting here. I'm going to be getting my red jacket. I will be like, people will know who I am. Like I told myself that. I wrote it down on my journal. Everybody was taking notes, right? At a convention that showed up, right? And I'm like, where did my journal go? It's normally right here. And the thing is like, you got to go through your notes. You got to figure it out. What are the keys? Are you re-journaling? Are you putting your affirmations back in there? So, dude, I mean, I could go on for 20 minutes about a why, but I feel like everybody has something that's evolution. Like it's constantly evolving, right? And I feel like, I honestly, like, I appreciate you bringing that up because like some days you forget, like you wake up and you get like poopy pants. David Goggins calls it, you get in poopy pants mode, right? So like you start getting in your head thinking like, I can't get there or what's happened and something's holding me back. But then you just got to get recentered. Like, why did I start? And if whatever you're like waking up for every single day, like, is that really your why? Does it make you cry? Does it really like irk you if you're not getting there? Like, if you're not getting closer to solving your why, does it make you sick? Do you get pissed off? You know, some of us have kids, some of us don't. Some of us want to take care of our family, our parents. And are we getting that job done? And if we're not, like I heard Andrew Tate this morning on like a small clip, and he said it should piss you off if you're not at your goals. It should piss you off if you're seeing someone date the girl that you want to date, someone's driving the car that you want, someone's wearing the suit that you want to wear, like living in the house that you don't have. Like it should piss you off. But like if your goals are material, then yeah, it's going to make you mad. But if your goals are something completely selfless, like it should make you angry, not donating to that charity and building communities and churches. Like whatever your why is, it's got to get you angry, you know, like pursue it like rigorously, relentless, like Sean Mike's book, pursue it relentlessly. I don't know who's reading Punch Me in the Face right now. Anybody? I love it. See? No. It's so weird, right? The guy that constantly messages me, there's an alignment, right? Is that weird, guys? And is Trent, is not to be like putting Trent on the spotlight, is he one of like the top agents on your team?
Trent's killing it.
Is it weird? Like you win by proximity, right?
Yep. 100%.
Right.
And no, that's great. I think perspective is what it's all about, and being able to shift your perspective. We all go through it. We all have chargebacks. We all have the down days, and being able, I like the phrase recenter, being able to recenter yourself on those bad days. That's what it's all about, because at the end of the day, sales is like this, and the smaller we can make those mountains, the better our experience and the better our results overall. Which pretty much answered my next question. How do you implement that on a day-to-day basis? We pretty much covered that as well. but I kind of want to shift a little bit into the strategic side of your day-to-day sales, a little bit of your language. What is your overall philosophy on sales? What is your activity like? What does your day-to-day look like as far as putting up Hall of Fame numbers?
Yeah. So minimum, what you want to be doing, regardless of where you're at in your season. Me personally, when I first got here, guys, I had $300 to $400 to my name. I was donating plasma on unemployment. So I couldn't drop $500 to $1,000 to $2,000 a week in leads. Right. But eventually I started to make more so I could invest more. Now I've got so many referrals. It's like in your seasons of business, it'll change constantly, right? I'm still buying $500 to $1,000 a week. Actually, it's probably more than that. It's probably minimum $1,000 a week in leads because I have live transfers, and I mean, I could spend $1,000 in a day on live transfers. And the thing is when you're waking up, you got to get your mindset right every single day. Prayer, go work out, go do something, get your blood flowing. I personally, over the last probably 6 weeks, I don't have any caffeine till like 2 hours into my day, because you've probably heard some people saying like, oh, I can't start my day until I have my coffee. Like my mom's like that, and even myself, I've been like that most of my life. I can't get my day. I need my coffee. Right. But actually what I was finding out about halfway, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I was just crashing. I was hitting the floor fast. And I'm like, what's going on? Right. I don't do coffee really that much anymore. It's more like teas, or it's early bird. If you don't know what early bird is, send me a message. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, grab my handle. It's on my name. So I'll send you a promo link. And you got to get your mindset right. First off, right off the bat, you got to get your leads ready. I'm dialing minimum 500 to 800 people a day, every single day. Because like when I first got into the business, I was running all in the field, 7 days a week in the field, travel trips every month. I mean, I think I was home 4 to 5 months out of my first year in the FFL. Oh. Like I would just literally book one-way tickets, and I'm like, I'm not leaving until I'm at 40K. Or I'm not leaving this week until I'm at 20 families helped, or, and sometimes it works and sometimes you learn a lot. But like, I don't want to say I flew across the country and I failed, because I don't want to plant that seed in my head thinking I'm a failure. Right. No, I'm learning. But you got to watch the language of what are you communicating to yourself? Because you could really jack yourself up, not even knowing it subconsciously. Like you're learning lessons and you call them failures. Like people always says, fail fast, fail forward, fail this, fail that. I'm like, oh, no, I'm not failing. I'm learning and I'm growing and I'm learning and I'm growing and I'm getting better and I'm growing and I'm learning and I'm growing. There's no failure here. You know what I mean? Like it's not failure. I'm not talking failure all over my life. It's winning. Language, right? Because if you've got the mindset, you're always winning. It literally every single day, it's all about energy, right? What are you going to do every single day? Are you going to be positive? Like
positive vibes. Baby.
Positive vibes. Like literally, like I wear a hat. So I have to be about it, right? My agency name is Prime Time. What does it mean? Feel good, look good, smell good. Like just supercharge yourself. Like walk around, be about it. And am I perfect? No. Do I have bad days? Absolutely. Do I have ups and downs and swings? And like you're asking about, like I used to have times like you get in a bad mode, be 1 to 2 weeks, like just stuck, like you're in mud, super glue, like stuck to the wall. Have you ever seen that with flies and like sticky stuff on the wall? And you're stuck for weeks, right? Until someone pulls you off. Mm-hmm. How can we allow life or a situation like, oh my gosh, like let's use a chargeback, or let's say you get a no-show, right? Who cares? Now I can pick up the phone. I can start dialing. Now I got time to go and recruit someone. Now I got time to do this. Thank you for allowing me to have this space, right? But I flipped that negative into a positive. And how can you constantly just continue to keep that momentum? Because at the end of the day, it's energy, momentum, and it can keep flowing from day to day to day to day. And then your clients can feel that too. So I have a standing desk, and there's times like in the day where like, if I'm on a call like this, I'm standing. I can't be doing this sitting. A lot of times, like when I'm in dialing mode, I'm standing. Yeah. And a lot of times, again, I'm just pacing. or I'll put it on speaker on like the speakers on my MacBook, and I just start banging out push-ups while I'm on phone calls. And people are like, what are you doing? Where'd you go, Jesse? And, or they'll just see my head bobbing like right here. And I'm like, dude, I'm doing push-ups while I'm on calls. Like, you're crazy. I'm like, yeah, it's okay. Like, I'm not here to be normal or comfort, like, or coddled. Like I'm weird. Like, I'm different. So.
Weird, different guy that hits Hall of Fame two years in a row. That's definitely something that's consistent across the board. And I was about to reiterate that clients can feel it on the other end. If your energy is low, if you're still got that charge back in the back of your head, the client will feel that on the other end. Same thing with commission breath. Like, if you know you have to go out and make a sale, right? You're not in that abundance mentality. Your client's going to feel that on the other end of the phone. And we can really control our energy at every second of the day.
But what's crazy too, about the entire thing though, is like, even if you do have commission breath, even though you do have roll up debt or chargeback, like, dude, I own an agency. I have roll up, I have chargeback debt, and I have no shows today. But I still show up and I'm like, I'm pumped up. I'm ready to freaking conquer it. Tomorrow's a new day. Today's a great day. I'm going to help more families and it's going to get solved. I don't look at it like it's a mountaintop. It is. I'm running a business. I'm profitable still. Like, don't look at the situation like it's a bad thing. Like, look at it like, thank God I have the opportunity to build a business. Thank God that I do have the ability to learn through this, right? Are we perfect? No, dude. Do we hire some or recruit some bad agents from time to time? Yeah, we do. But guess what? Are we running a business that we can make multi-six figures? And I don't have a college degree and I didn't have to go and waste 7 to 10 years at some whatever. Yeah. Okay, dude, and I heard this from Mark Mead one time, and it was like, he was talking to, I forget who it was, but he said like, hey, how much money did you make? And it was nearly like 7 figures. Right. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, okay, you made nearly 7 figures. And how much did you have in roll-up debt? Like 100,000. Okay, cool. So you basically had 10% of your income that went to cost of business. Was it a tax write-off? Yeah. Okay, cool. So what's the problem? But like, most people would look at having 10% of your income like, oh my God, my life's over. How am I going to get out of this? Like, dude, just keep working. You keep running your numbers. You buy your leads, do your dials, keep helping more families, rinse, recycle, repeat. Now, for getting into the technical stuff, this is one of my favorite things, guys. Like, I hit Hall of Fame back to back, pretty much all on 1 month internet life leads. I dominantly will buy 1 month internet leads out of the CRM, mortgage leads out of the CRM. I started to get like Mail Pro and ARM and this and that, like, it was the beginning of last year when mail was still like hitting hard. I stopped because, I'm paying like $60 to $85 or $90 a lead, and I'm getting like 1 or 2 at a time. And I'm like, okay, this doesn't make sense to me. So I got rid of those, and I hunt the 1 month sales like crazy. If I can get a 1 month internet lead sale, I'm buying 2 to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,000 leads at a time. And I have an app called Call Tools. I plug all my leads in there and I just let it rip. Now, one thing too, guys, like, you're probably wondering, wow, how are you able to like help 50, 60, 70 families in a weekend? Well, you do it with really big deals.
That's an easy way to do it.
But most people are going to say like, well, dude, how can I have the opportunity to do that? Well, what's your process look like? What does it actually look like in regards towards where you want to be in the next 30, 60, 90 days? Are you actually asking all the questions? Are you having a way to have a system in place? So in the chat, I just dropped my financial inventory. So guys, feel free to use that. One thing I really like about it, as you're running through it, it's got all my medical questions. It's got information on diabetes, health issues. Do you have anything extra towards your mortgage? Because if they do pay extra towards their mortgage, What does that typically mean for you? If they're healthy, they're young enough, we're going to stuff that money into a cashback option. That's going to help them pay off their house early. That's money that you're now discovering that they didn't have to pull out of their budget. We're just reallocating where it's going. We're redirecting cash flow. So instead of it going $300 to $500 towards $300 to $500 is going towards the mortgage company, we're going to take $300 to $500 to Americo, maybe John Hancock. Now that they've, outside from California, they've got 100% cashback ROP now. I'm working with companies that I can get 25-year ROPs, 25-year ROPs. So that way I can help them pay off their house early. Now, keep in mind, that's income or redistribution of their money. So essentially, now that we get into their house, they're thinking, I have to pay for life insurance, right? No, because right now we've just found something that's so beautiful, and it's called the redirection of their cash flow, right? It's still $300 to $500. They were going to pay anyways to the mortgage because they do it every single month. So I just go from Bank of whatever to Americo, Bank of Americo, Bank of Cashback Option 100. Let's go. And then they paid off early, right? Now, get through the insurance. Who's a beneficiary? Are you more of a spender or saver? This is going to tell you. And now we're leading up into where I find all the juicy stuff, right? Are you more of a spender or saver? Spender means that we need to have a bill in front of them. We need to have an insurance plan in front of them. If we want to protect the house, that's what we have to do because they're not saving for their future, right? Now, if they might say, well, I'm a saver. Well, I've got my retirement funds, right? Okay, cool. Now, our next question, and keep in mind, any of these questions of what we're going to ask and go over, don't get stuck on them. Let's be very, very, very clear, guys. Your bread and butter is going to be selling life insurance, simplified issue life insurance. Okay. More of a spender saver, whatever it is, circle it. So circle it. Do you have anything else that acts like life insurance? Yes. 401ks, IRAs, Roth IRAs, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, pension plans, significant savings. Right. Circle, circle, circle. What you got? Okay, perfect. Current or past employer? Current, circle. Now, here's some key points for you guys to remember. If you are working with anybody that has a retirement fund, and this is more of like you understanding it when you're asking these questions, what you can or can't do with it. Okay. Current or past employer. Okay. So if it's current employer and you're 59 and younger, 59 and a half and younger, current employer, you can't do anything with it. If you're 59 and a half, all right, guys, here's the juicy stuff. 59 and a half and older, current employer, you can do an in-service distribution. I was just talking to someone right now, 7 figures on an in-service distribution. And she's thinking, I can't move the money until I retire. And I said, hold on. And you know what she said? Jesse, I'm so happy I found you because now I can protect my money from ever being lost in the market ever again. I said, yep. And we're looking at moving 7 figures on that. But if I wouldn't have asked, do you have anything else that acts like life insurance? We would not be talking about this question. Okay. Now, if it's a past employer, doesn't matter when, where, however, what age, you should be able to move it unless there's some rule or regulation. Now, keep in mind, whatever we're doing here, you circle it. Savings, pension plans, stocks, bonds, 401k, circle. Current or past employer, circle it. Right. If it's in any of those type of accounts, ask them just straight up, is it protected from market risk? They're going to probably tell you no. Or they're going to say, I don't know. What's that mean, Jesse? That means that if the market continues to do what it's doing, you're losing, right? Find out about where is their income source, application or applicant income, discretionary income. Why is discretionary income important? Discretionary income is very, very important because that's going to be able to give you the amount that's needed for them to actually spend on insurance. Are you guys looking to protect their life? Are you protecting the cremation, their burial, their funeral, leave some extra money behind to pay off debt? That's what we need to make sure we have protection on, right? Do you have a will? Great. Here's a free website, guys. And a lot of times, like running telesales, I'm good. I don't want it covered. Great. Bob, or we'll just role play. Hey, Ben, by chance, do you have a will?
I do not know.
Okay, perfect. So it sounds to me like you're good to go here in regards towards your insurance. Since you don't have a will, grab a pen and paper. I'm going to give you my name and my phone number, and I'm going to give you a website you can do it for free.
Okay.
Jesse Hantla, 702-830-2340. DoYourOwnWill.com. DoYourOwnWill.com. Right. Now, Ben, you can go on there. It's 100% for free. All you got to do is go get it notarized. If there's any issue with that, give me a call. Now, do you know anybody else by chance, Ben, that might be looking to get some insurance coverage in place?
Yeah, my friends, my neighbors down the street, and all the ladies in bingo club.
Bingo. But you see what just happened? Like he said, no, I don't want to buy insurance. I don't know you. I don't trust you. I don't like you. Right. But now I just gave him some for free. So now he's like, okay, yeah, I can give you something back too. Is it going to work every single time? Good chance it's not. But upon the time it does, it's still a free sale. It's still a free referral, right? Keep giving, reciprocity, right? Remember how I was talking about at the beginning of this? Like, why I continue to put out all these Instagram lives and have 4 people show up? Well, I might change one person's life that shows up. I've had people reach out to me like, you helped me from committing suicide today. Thank you. Like, it gets deep, bro. Like, and I've been there, bro. Like, it's been dark life, but like, what are we all fighting for? What is the bigger purpose? And men here, that like, if we don't have a vision and a future of our purpose, what are we waking up for? Like, go back to bed, dude. If you don't have purpose, stay in bed, stay poopy pants. But like, wake up with the drive, dude, that you are changing your life by showing up every single day. Like, shout out to everybody here right now. Like, everybody that's not here, it's okay, dude. They're in their season, but they can't win from the trainings they never showed up to. You guys are going to elevate yourself. You got access to my financial inventory. Everyone else is going to be asking for it. And you're going to be like, sorry, bro, I don't have it. You should have showed up to the training call, because it's FOMO. If you're missing out, right? Now, on top of that, guys, if you do telesales, what I recommend, utilize page 2. It's going to help you stay organized. So if the client gets a decline at one, you got all their info at the second one. That way you're not being weird and asking them their banking and their social 14 times. You know, how many, why you got to ask me this, man? Click. I don't trust you. Right? How many times does that happen if you guys do telesales? Right? Now, go down, you got page 3. It's just like extra overflow for notes. I utilize an app on my phone, or actually not on my phone. So it's an app called Notability, right? So as you're on here, you can take your notes if I need to fill out the information, and then you get into more info there, right? All your clients' info is going to be stashed and stored and saved. So that way, in your title, something happens, right? It's in Notability, and you're like, Americo. Type in Americo. It searches Americo, even your handwritten text or anything that you actually physically typed on there. And it's going to pop up every single document that you typed in Americo on, or that you physically handwrote on, if the app can actually read your handwriting. So try to, I have like doctor's handwriting. So try to write as neat as possible. That's a note. It's called Notability for iPads, right? Notability. I think it's free. It might be a couple bucks. If it's 10 or 15 bucks, like a one-time charge, I'm telling you, like, just get it. You'll thank me later. Okay. Page 4. If you're a brand new agent, it's got info on term, whole life, universal life, cashback option, ROP. What does it mean? How does it work? Why does it work that way? What's it feel like? So feel free. If you're a brand new agent, you're trying to like explain, just give them that. It'll help you a lot if you're building as a manager. If you don't know what carriers to write with the ITINs, right? What is a variable universal life? Come across them from stock advisors, right? And I'll tell you what, they're the easiest things to replace. You know why? Because they weren't designed right and the market's performing like crap. And guess what? You come in looking like a knight in shining armor. All right. And then the next thing we got, fixed index annuities, word tracks for that. So once you find them, this is what you say. How much money in your account are you willing to lose? So we'll just role play it, Ben. Mm-hmm. So I get through the sale. I helped you with mortgage protection, right? And let's say you're a 62-year-old guy. You have 401ks and some other stuff, right? So I'm completely done with the insurance part of this appointment, right? All right, Ben. And I'm like literally packing up at this point. All right, Ben. So like you had mentioned in the beginning, you had a 401k and some other retirement plans. Just so you know, if you see on my card or if you remember on the credibility sheet there, I mentioned how I specialize in life insurance, safe retirement planning, and mortgage protection. Right now I'm like flipping up the word language. It was life insurance, mortgage protection, and safe retirement planning. So now I'm kind of like reverse rolling it. It's kind of a weird trick to do psychology wise, but like once you start doing it, it kind of messes with people because you're like, you're taking the effect off of it. Right. So in regards to the safe retirement planning, Ben, how much money are you willing to lose in that 401k if the market continues to do what it's doing?
Well, I'm about to retire, so none.
So are you guys reading this with me? If we could protect your money from ever being lost in the market, locking in your gains, would you find value in this?
Of course.
Okay, perfect. Now, average growth on this over the last 10 years has been somewhere between 5 and 11%, depending on the programs and how we design it. You have protection from downside market risk within the stock market. You'll provide income. You can't outlive your money. And then you can pass the remainder of funds on as a death benefit. And one of my favorite things about this, Ben, it's just like reallocating from one piggy bank to another. Do you have a statement by chance?
I do have a statement.
Okay, perfect.
It's a scam. It sounds too good to be true.
Yeah, it is too good to be true. It's because you don't know enough about it. So what I want to do, we're going to grab a statement. And then once we get the statement, I'm going to consult with my safe retirement team. We're going to put a plan together. I'm going to be back here at the same time next week. Does that sound fair?
Perfect. That sounds good.
Okay, perfect. Now, the thing is once you have that statement, it's your buy-in power. You got your buy-in power. And you know just as well as I do. I mean, you closed a lot of annuities, right?
Mm-hmm.
So once you got the statement and you actually come back with that statement, they're like, okay, I like this guy. I trust him now. He can come over and watch my puppies now. You know what I mean? Like, do you want one? And that's literally what it's like, right? So moving and grooving through that entire situation, you're going to be able to find opportunity where you may not have had it by asking a few simple questions. And guys, like there's a stat, I think it's less than 3% of all of FFL wrote advanced market.
Wow.
So just think about this. Think about if we can get the company from 3% to 5%, 3% to 7%, 3% to 10%. And this is why I'm super passionate about it because like, I mean, full disclosure, just the other day, like there was a 5-figure check that just hit my bank account just like a week ago. Right? Like, and one shot, not like, dude, you know what I mean? Like it you know, just as well as I do, Ben, like getting paid your simplified issue sales, you know, guys, it's still pretty grooving and cruising, right?
Yeah.
Can we all agree? You go and help like 10, 15 families in a week and it's paying out here in about 48, 72 hours. That's moving and grooving, right?
You get a fat 5-figure check on it.
Imagine doing that. And then you get a 5-figure, boom. And you're like, hello, let's go, daddy. Come on, baby girl. Let's get this, right?
We need some engagement. Toss something in the chat if you need 5-figure checks hitting your account every other.
Yes. Who would drop a 5 in the chat if you guys want some 5-figure checks? That's what I'm talking about.
That's what we need.
Because guys, I'm telling you, like I've had a couple moments in my life where there's been, I don't want to say it out loud, but this is obviously not going to be out. But that number that I just put in the chat that you guys can see, that hit my account at one time once. And like, I don't know about you guys, but like most people, if they get something like that, that just wakes up and that's in their account one day, would that change your life? Like, would the whole next 12 months of your life most likely look completely different? Right. And then what's great is when you start to find them, you'll get something like this. And then right after that, you'll get something like this. And this is all happening in like a 90-day time span. And you're still writing your simplified issue life, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 families a month. And then you get the cherry on the cake. And then you get the icing. And then you get that. And then next thing you know, you're at 5, 6, 7, 800 families in the year. And you're literally like going, oh my God, like I didn't think I could do this. And then we go back to the why and you're like, man, I bet you that dude that used to throw me in the trash can, I bet you he's so fat and depressed and he's got married and he's been married and divorced so many times. And guess what? I'm out here changing and impacting our country. I'm helping and empowering the next generation to become absolute warriors and Spartans in the financial industry, you know? So, auga.
I love that, man. No, seriously, it's awesome, I think, to hear a lot of people's stories and where they came from, which is one of the main reasons I asked for your why, because I didn't know your specific story, but I knew that, you know, behind every person with that kind of tenacity for life, there is a story. And I think that every one of us on this call has a why and has a reason to pick up the phone, make phone calls, serve families, and change our family at the same time. And dude, like the strategy that you just walked through as well, that's awesome. That's golden. And thank you so much for sharing that in the chat. As far as your financial inventory goes, that's sweet.
Appreciate you. Yeah, dude. And anything I can do to help you guys, I mean, feel free to reach out if you guys want to have a little Q&A for a few minutes. If you guys can, follow me on Instagram. If you guys ever need helps, tips, stuff, I mean, handful of you guys will probably be able to tell enough. Like, you learn some crazy tricks, and just because I do this thing where I go walking every night because I'm doing 75 hard. I dropped the ball yesterday. I got one workout in, so I had to restart 27 days in. But I do a thing at nighttime where I'll just do an Instagram live, and it's either talking about annuities, it's talking about mindset, it's talking about some random story, or I'm just answering questions. So feel free, follow me, join the journey. Let's all keep growing together. Does anybody have any questions?
If you guys have questions for Jesse, let's drop them. Go for it, Jonathan.
Yeah, so I know life insurance is like the one thing, if someone has bankruptcy or outstanding debts, they'll seize all your other assets, but life insurance is the thing protected. Are annuities as a life insurance product, would they technically fall into that category?
Yeah, so just like when you have an IUL or a whole life, you know, they talk about this on a lot of becoming your own bank videos, right? Protection from that type of situation. You remember when OJ Simpson went to jail? You know how he was still a multimillionaire when he came back out of jail? You guess where he had his money stashed and stored?
Policies.
John?
Bank on yourself.
No, it's an annuity. He had a lot of his money in annuities.
Okay.
So he was in jail, and then he's like, okay, I'm out. I've actually had an opportunity to hear a little segment of his story. He bought me a cigar one time in Vegas. Crazy guy. So
that's crazy.
Is there more to that story?
Well, we're being recorded, so
we need to stop this recording right now.
No, but like the cool thing is knowing that like people have that security. Like your money goes in, no one can touch it. It's yours. Cool thing is if it's layered through a trust and everything else, you don't technically own it. So if someone's coming after you for bankruptcy, hey bro, I don't own it. My trust does, right? Someone sues you, your trust owns the beneficiary, or your trust can be the beneficiary and the owner of your annuity and your life insurance policy. You're just the body that's insured. I don't know if you guys caught that one. So you're the body of the insurance policy, but your trust is the beneficiary and the owner of everything and the payer. Anybody else have questions?
Where would you say you see yourself 12 months from now, whether it's like financially, physically, spiritually?
Well, that's a good question. You know, spiritually, I think it's just getting better every single day. You know, financially, Fitness wise, obviously want to be in much better shape. And that's where I'm working at it every single day, and that's the thing. It's like a lot of people have these massive ass goals. And like, don't get me wrong. Like if I told you what my goal is right now, everyone would probably freak out. But I set the goal and it's like, dude, I don't think I'm going to be able to hit that this year. But I know I'm going to, like at some point in time. Like the goal is to tithe $3 million in a year. Tithe $3 million in a year. Not make it, tithe it. Give away $3 million. Can I do that this year? Most likely not. Can I do that eventually? 120% I can. But like, just like Uncle G says, set your goal so damn high it scares the crap out of you. Get to work, right? And if you don't hit it, keep going to it. Now, let's just say I miss it and I still do $300,000 in tithing. That's still pretty substantial because if you're supposed to tithe 10% of your income, you guys can do the math, right? So in that situation, if you've got the ability to just have a goal. Now, spiritually, obviously, I want to keep growing. I want to get more involved in the community. I've actually started thinking about this. I was brainstorming with my admin last night. I'm like, dude, what do you think about doing like a prayer group in the morning every single day or a couple times a week? And she's like, I think it's a genius idea. And I'm like, well, let's do it. Let's start it. Primetimeprayergroup.com, like that way, everyone, if a different person wants to pray, dude, pray. Like if somebody needs a prayer request, let's go for it. Let's all work together as a unit, as a team. And that's how we're all going to grow. Financially, you guys already heard it. Spiritually, there we go. Health, dude, it would be great. 10 pounds lighter, a little bit more muscle build, like my boy Ben, looking like the GQ model. But we'll get there one day at a time, and that's it. You just gotta keep moving every single day. And, I wish I could put a number on it. I wish I could put a definitive situation on it. And a lot of people are going to say, dude, why don't you have a definitive number? It's got to be clear, right? But I just know if I'm always chasing, the metric, do 75 hard, like doing that, you're going to get in shape. Praying and going to church every single day, if you believe every single day, like you're going to continue growing spiritually. If you journal every single day about where you want to go, how you want to get there, what does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it smell like? Like the house is crazy. But like the more and more I start thinking about the house and the goals and the materialistic stuff, like I start to get like fizzled out about it. I'm like, I don't know if that's really what I want. I'm like, I think it's so much more than that. Like I want to be able to see a guy like in my same situation I was at 2 years ago, be able to pay his bills. Like that gets me freaking pumped up. That gets me fired up rather than, hey bro, I just bought a Skyline GTR. Like this thing is sick. Like, yeah, that's pretty cool. But like, that doesn't help you pay your bills. That doesn't help your mindset. That doesn't help you from blowing your head off with a gun. Like that's what fires me up is saving people from the carnage of life and this dark society and this crap we live in, to just find hope and belief in themselves. So yeah, dude, I mean, I could continue just going in on that, but that's like, someone asked me literally, what is my why? And I think it's really just gotten a lot more selfless than it's about so many other people. It's about the community. It's about other people. And this is why like I post all this, the stuff I do, like I'm super transparent. I'm super vulnerable, like the crap I've been through, like, because we're all humans, dude. We all go through crap. Like we may or may not have been raised right. We may or may not have had great father figures or moms or dads, but we have a community, right? We got a lot of people that have a very similar interest and a similar mindset and a similar drive. Like, where do you all want to be in the next 12 months? Like, drop that in the chat. Like, drop down a personal goal, an income goal, and maybe like something for your health. Like what is 3 things that you want to be at in the next 12 months? So that way you're planting the seed and you're making like a public declaration. What do you want? Right. And guys, like, don't be scared to say this because it could literally you might be a brand new agent or someone who has been here for a while. And you're like, dude, I just want to help like 3 more families a month. But that 3 more families a month is compounded over a whole year We're talking nearly 40 families got help now. And you just changed the legacy. And if that one person keeps his policy out of the 40, that you went that extra little push and that extra little mile and they die. And now you get those phone calls crying and all of that's happening. And you can deliver that check because you pushed that extra inch, that extra mile, that extra phone call, that extra appointment. Like that's you, right? That's crazy, right? Jaren's sitting here like I can just read his lips. He's like, blah, 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 right?
No, that's real stuff though. Like,
let's see, dude. There we go. See, those are sizable goals. Like those are big. And it's how can I find 5 more bins? Guys with the same vision that I got. Like, how can I find 5 more bins that want to go and help 400 families this year and have our agency doing 1,000 families a month? How can I do that every single month? But I see a group of people that want to get after it. I see it in your eyes. You guys are listening. You're all nodding. Want to stay consistent with the gym, recruiting and building my own team. Yeah. And the thing that's crazy is you get consistent in the gym, you're going to recruit people like clockwork, right? Ladies, I'm sorry, you have an advantage of recruiting. I'm telling you, you do, even though you may not believe it, you do. Just make sure you set up the business front, guys will come. I promise you that they will follow you. Just say, hey, you can make a lot of money here. Look at Ben. Look at Trent. See, look at these guys. You want to compete with them? And then they're like, I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him. And then, because men are like warriors. We want to fight. We want to have competition, right? I remember when I met Ben, he's like, oh yeah, bro. Like I did these nudies. I was like sizing him up. I was like, damn, this guy's a beast. I was like, shoot, I'm like, dang, dude, I think he might outride me this year. I'm like, oh my gosh.
That's funny because I was thinking the same thing in my head.
Yep. And let's see. Trent, there's a good one. I'm sorry, I just said your name on this, but just like you said in the book, Sean Mike even said it in this book, right? I used to be the guy that wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning. And I made the decision, I need to start waking up at 5. And for a month, I woke up at 7:30. For a month, I woke up at 7. For a month, I woke up at 6:30. For a month, I woke up at 6, 5:30, and eventually 5. It may have taken me 6 months to get to my goal, but I got there and I did it by just showing up consistently. All right. Who wants to hit Hall of Fame here? Drop HOF in the chat. Now, the thing is, hitting Hall of Fame, it sounds really, really freaking hard, but guys, it's not. Like reverse engineer it. It's what, like, I don't even remember. It's like 34 families a month. All right. So how much is 34 divided by 4? 8.5 families a week, 7.5 families a week. Okay. So that's like helping one family per day. How many of you guys have helped more than one family in a day? Anybody? Have you guys ever helped like 5, 6, 7 in a day? How about 10? Like it might not happen all the time, but imagine on Monday, you're doing your dials, you're booking your appointments, you help one family. Tuesday, Wednesday, you help 2. Thursday, you help one family. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you help one family. Or get no-showed for 3 days and then you help 7. Who's done that? I have. Man, those are the what I call as character building adversities, right? Because the thing is you're going to get there. Helping 40 families a month, training kickboxing twice a week. And these are things right there. Your physical strength, this is going to help you get to your goals. Be consistent, reliable, income goal, 200, fitness goal, okay, lean muscle. Like, dude, like these goals, you guys, like they're all here. Getting like, and you guys have a lot of like very precise numbers. 12% body fat. That's what I really want to be at too. But I know right now, I got to get from 20 to 18. I got to get from 18 to 15. But how do I do it? Right? Can I just start fasting for a week and be there? I might. I'm going to lose a lot of body mass, muscle mass. I'm going to be like anorexic crackhead, right? don't want to do that. But how can I convert that same energy into business? Got to go buy more leads. Got to do more dials. Got to go run more appointments. Got to get a system in place. Got to stay consistent. Got to ask for follow-ups. Got to ask for referrals. Got to get better on the phones. Got to practice with Ben. Got to practice with Trent. Hey, Trent, I saw you help 22 families this week. What'd you do? How'd you do it? Hey, Colton, I saw you just did this on a travel trip. What'd you do, bro? What does that look like? How did it feel? Were you scared? Were you worried? No, bro. I was worried, but as soon as I got out of my first house, I realized it was the same thing like running business back home. No big deal. And then he did another travel trip. And next thing you know, it inspired Devin. And now Jaren's out there helping families in Hawaii, chilling on the beach, doing telesales. Right? And then your agency's growing like clockwork because you guys are getting uncomfortable and you're making risks. Guys, I could literally go on for like 3 days about connecting health, fitness, and everything, because that's literally where I'm at right now. And the more, it seems so weird, like the more and more you make yourself as a priority, God, the universe, you, it all just starts to click together and go, you're taking care of your body, right? Who has animals? Anybody? Okay. Like dogs and cats, right? So have you guys ever been in a position like where your animal's bowl of food is empty? What do? What do, guys?
They sip on my food.
Okay, they do that. Or how about this? What about when you guys are really, 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 really hungry? What do?
I go get food.
I get angry. Like, you know that hangry thing that my mom says, if you don't eat, bro, you're evil, right? So the same situation, you got to get rabid about that, right? When you've got that burning desire, you don't have enough appointments, right? You got to be thinking about the same thing when you don't have enough people to talk to that are brand new agents. And like, I heard this on a YouTube or an Instagram clip the other day, and I'm like, dang, Trey. Okay, bro. Like, you got me. Like, he didn't even mean to. It was me scrolling on some stuff. It was like calling you out. Like, why aren't you sick to your stomach? Because you don't have 10 people to talk to every single day. I'm like, you're right. I need to go and start cold messaging people. Hey, bro, what's up? My name's Jesse Hantla. And then, guys, remember, toot your horn. Toot your freaking horn. Because the thing is like, I'm all about being humble. Don't brag and be a douche, but like, literally, like, toot your horn, bro. Like, I just got here 6 months ago and now I'm helping 25 families every single month. What's crazy is at my old job, that would be what I would be making every half a year, what I do every month now. And people go, oh my God, you were doing what again? Okay, bro. And I can do this part-time and then get myself out of this position and then go full-time like you are. Yeah, bro. That's exactly what I would recommend. When can I get you on a call with Ben? He's our agency manager. He's going to tell you exactly how it works. And guys, you don't have to be the one recruiting him. You don't have to be the one that's building it. Like, listen to Ben. He knows how to sell advanced marketing. He knows how to help families. He's on track to Hall of Fame. Like, why not you? Why can't you do it? But I think I just splurged on the time, but dude, my bad.
My seat is hot because of how much fire you're spitting right now. But no, dude, I really, really appreciate you hopping on here. And I think we're all getting off of this call feeling fired up and inspired, to say the very least. So lots of takeaways from that. Really just like, dude, I appreciate your energy. I appreciate seeing your lives on Instagram. Keep doing what you're doing. You're changing lives, and we all appreciate you on this call for sure. So thank you so much.
You're welcome, guys. I appreciate you. I'll see you on stage, and I'll see you guys on Instagram. If you guys need anything, feel free to reach out. Do you guys have a live dial team that you guys work with every day?
We're typically on one of the breakout rooms on sales team, but
okay, maybe
we'll jump into Bing Bong Dials for.
Honestly, like, what I want to do is just get everybody on one. Like it's like, I get it. Sales team. Oh, we got to have our agencies. Like, but like, my big thing is like, I want to make sure everybody can grow and vibe. Anybody else know how to have multiple Zooms on one computer up?
I know you can only get on one per account at a time. So I think you'd have to have like separate Zoom accounts, maybe.
I have 2 Zoom accounts, but I just don't know how to get 2 Zooms open with one computer because it would need 2 apps.
No, I know.
I don't know. I know it's possible, but
I'll
maybe.
text you with it. But if you click join from browser instead of launching the app again, like you go to plug in the meeting address and you click join from browser, you can give it a shot.
There you go. There's the golden ticket. We'll do both at one time. So, dude, yeah, I'll see you guys on the gram. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you, bro.
No, thank you for your time, man. We really, really appreciate you hopping on here. So thank you so much.
Let's do it. I'll see you guys soon.
Thanks, man. Have a good one.
Later, brother.
Cool, guys. That was some absolute heat. Jesse is the man. I hope you guys got a bunch out of that. So any questions, anything that we went over that you guys want to spit? Cool. Well, we'll hop off here, but if you have a main takeaway, drop it in the chat for sure. Give everybody else some FOMO. Let them know what they were missing out on. And I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning on the training, but keep crushing it.